A lot of us understand this struggle all too well. We are constantly reminded the importance of having a workout habit. But before we can actually establish one, it can be a little difficult to know where to start and how to help yourself stick to it. So if that describes your current struggle right now, come, let me show you an easier way to start. Hi friends, Stephanie here and welcome to my channel. If you click on this video, I'm assuming that you actually want to establish a habit to work out daily and take back the control of your physical health. That initiative and intention is very important first step. So good job. Now, like everything else in life, starting is usually the hardest part. For the longest time, I struggle with starting and finding consistency in my effort for many reasons. My first excuse is always that I just don't have the time to do it. When you first started, you may not notice how much time it actually takes for one workout session with transportation, changing, the session itself, etc. It actually takes a lot of time. And there are many other external factors that can influence how much time it takes. For example, traffic, and your schedule might have already been filled with obligation, work. It's so easy to arrive to the conclusion that, hey, I just don't have time to do this. Another common reason stopping people from starting and having a habit to move the body is, I just don't know how to move the body. For example, since teenage years, I've had this chronic lower back pain that would flare up whenever I just so much so as moved my body 1/10 of an inch off. That on and off pain really broke my consistency because I physically couldn't move. It wasn't really so much about rest days or whatnot. I just didn't know how to move my body properly, how to do a plank, how to engage my core. Gradually, I started to also notice the limitation in my body. For example, I couldn't even reach my arms higher than this. My chest and my shoulders are so locked in. It's a challenge itself to lift the arms. So you can imagine if I'm doing press, it changes the entire physics in the body, and that can lead to a lot of injuries like I had. So like many of us, when we're struggling with flexibility and thinking about stretching, I turned to yoga. And once I started a home practice, built up the habit to do yoga daily, that also improved my body awareness. The entire experience changed my life. And if that's what you're looking for in this video, I have a great news for you. The process is so incredibly simple. Let me share with you all you need to start a consistent yoga practice at home. First, you need a space. So clean out a space at your home and, if possible, dedicate it to your yoga practice by rolling out the mat and place it there just at all times. It will serve as a gentle reminder it's time to step onto the mat and start flowing. And the space doesn't need to be huge. It just needs to be enough so that when you are waving your arms and legs up and down, you wouldn't hit anything either on the wall or in your area. And second, you can use some props. Pro tip, all props in yoga are optional and for your comfort only. Yoga props are only just to make the practice more comfortable for you and for the body. And props include yoga mat, a few blocks, a stripe, a blanket, a bolster, and the list goes on. And for the most part, I would start with a yoga mat. Maybe a few blocks and a stripe to help you reach, and maybe a blanket to soften the impact. And if you're a little overwhelmed by how many yoga mat options are available on the market right now, in the next video, I'm going to share my experience with 4 of the most commonly available mats on the market. So be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so when the video comes out, you will not miss it. Alright, so now that you have a space and a few props to help you along the way, now it's time to set you up with some classes. Bring out any device that you like to stream your classes on, be it a phone, a laptop, a tablet, any kind of device would do. With that, let's head to the computer and check out some sites. Alright, welcome to my little home office. And as you can see, I do have my mat rolled out in the back because, as I mentioned earlier, it's a really good gentle reminder to step onto the mat and exercise a little. Now there are many yoga streaming platforms on the internet right now, and of course you can simply just go on YouTube and type in yoga for beginners, and then you will see a good amount of work. There's no best or the golden standard when it comes to yoga classes. There's only one that fits you the most. So I would just offer a little bit of tips how you can select that's really going to help you set up a consistent practice. One is that I would choose channels that have a good amount of work already and that are still posting consistently, because then you wouldn't have to do this search all over again repeatedly. And also, when you're kind of in the groove of the teacher, vibing with the class, it's such a buzzkill when there's only 1 or 2 classes with them. You won't be able to help you build up consistency. So that's something I would really be mindful of. So when you are ready, let's head to the computer. And as you can see, there are a lot of videos from Yoga with Adriene, and that's probably going to be the top result when you search on YouTube, which is completely great. Personally, I started practicing yoga at home with on-demand classes from YogaWorks. YogaWorks actually have yoga studios, and I used to go to. And so a lot of the teachers that I started with my yoga practice actually do have on-demand classes on their platform. And to this day, I'm still a subscriber to their on-demand platform because I just love practicing with the teachers. YogaWorks offer a lot of different types of classes, as you can see on the screen right here. You have power class, you have core, so that's a lot to choose from. There are vinyasa classes, there are restorative classes, there are in-yoga classes for strength and flexibility, anything you can find on this on-demand platform. And at YogaWorks, their practice is deeply rooted in alignment, which is a really good place to start. If you're like me, when I first started, I didn't really know where to put my hands and to my feet. So with alignment, it comes with a very clear set of instruction and cues on where you can put your body. They also categorize their classes on different levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. So there's really a lot for everyone and for every type of body. And the teachers are very effective with their language and the cues so that you feel safe practicing at home without a teacher physically by your side. So overall, I felt very effective and safe practicing at home without a teacher, and I was seeing substantial growth, which I really enjoy. And if you go on their website, you can see that they do actually offer 2 weeks free. So feel free to sign up for it and give it a try. You can find the links down below in the description box. After practicing with YogaWorks for some time, it really stoked my interest and curiosity to try different yoga classes and different teachers. So I went on to sign up for AloMoves. As you can see on the screen right here, they offer so many different types of classes. Anything that can be taught through video, you can find it on here. Anywhere from skills, yoga, there's also meditation, mindful practice, and strength and skill. Any type that you are looking for, you can find it up here. And when it comes to building consistency, I find their series to be the most effective, the 7-day, 10-day, 30-day series, because they offer both things of repetition and also progression. So you can see yourself grow throughout repeating some of the sequences over and over again, but because it's a series, it's not going to be the same videos throughout the entire process. So that's a little bit to look forward to. And I will link 3 of my favorite series down in the link below as well. And it was actually on AloMoves that I started practicing with Carly and Patrick, and then went on to train with them for my 200-hour yoga teacher certificate. It was a life-changing experience, and we can talk about it more in future videos. Be sure to subscribe so when it comes out, you won't miss it. Alright, moving on to my by far favorite yoga online streaming platform that is called Commune. Carly and Patrick actually owns a physical yoga studio up in Seattle called Commune Yoga, and they also operate a digital platform under the same name. At Commune, they have developed a style of practice called awakening yoga. Again, you don't need to know any of these names to get started. It's just I really like this style of practice, awakening yoga, because it focuses much more on breathing and moving with your breath. And that to me is a bit more practical and effective when I can translate what I learned on the mat into daily living, into how I move my body just off the mat as well. And I personally love this approach a lot because after a long day of work, sitting here, typing, staring at my laptop, I would just really prefer if I can introduce some movement and some breathing mindfully and purposefully into my body so that I can get out of the thinking head and get into the body and reconnect with myself again. Translation: in addition to being a great way to train muscle strength and build up space in your body, this is also a great cardio. And you can try Commune's online studio 7 days for free, and the link is also down below. Alright, so these are the top 3 platforms that I use all the time to practice yoga at home. But if you don't want to look into all of these, you just want to get started, I also have a 3-day home yoga series available right now on my channel. You can take a look. It's a 3-video series to help you reset the body, find your natural rhythm of breath, and get moving essentially. It's beginner friendly and only about 15-20 minutes per class. And at the end of each video, there is a pose highlight where we will workshop on a pose and make it fit your body better. Alright, now that you have set up your space, get your props, and picked your class, you are now ready to flow. It is really that simple. All resources mentioned in this video are linked down below, so be sure to check out for more detail. And if this video has been helpful to you to set up a space for you to start practicing at home, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Your encouragement is highly appreciated. And if throughout this process you come across any problems, questions, or feedback, be sure to comment below as well. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, thank you and namaste.